Valley Club, there's a problem in Marvel Strike Force. There's a lot of button clicking going on right now and not enough meaningful gameplay, not enough PvP content, not enough PvE content, at least for myself. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I think need to be changed for Marvel Strike Force to have a big improvement. And if you're ready for that, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day despite some of the issues that have been going on in Marvel Strike Force. Some of these have been going on for a while. I just didn't notice or I just didn't care. But we're gonna talk about these and some fixes. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. We have at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week on this channel. But let's start this video, and this is myself from stream this morning. As you notice, we're not doing any gameplay. All we're doing is going around to our different energy systems, claiming all our energy. There's so much energy systems in Marvel Strike Force right now. There's 5 that I counted this morning, but there was at least 7 or 8 previous to this. And a lot of these issues, they have been going on in Marvel Strike Force for a while. Just clicking random buttons, not a lot of engaging gameplay, a lot of energies to manage, a lot of milestones to manage, not a great intuitive user interface. Now, a lot of these problems have been in the game for a long time, but I haven't noticed it or I haven't cared. When I started playing Raid Shadow Legends, Mobile Gamer told me, yeah, you know, all those things that you didn't care about in Marvel Strike Force, when you start playing Raid Shadow Legends, they're gonna start to annoy you, and they have. I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends for about 2 months. If you wanna check out my Raid channel, started a brand new channel, check out the link down below. And if you wanna get 4 epics, 2 legendaries for free, pretty much right off the bat, check out the links down there, how you can get all that stuff. But as you notice, we haven't got to any gameplay yet. We're just clicking around, and that's because there's a lot of button clicking. When I log in, I want to be able to just, you know, play some battles, but that's not the case with Marvel Strike Force. You see, we're still clicking around. Like I said, about 20 minutes just going around before we can even get to any gameplay. And I think that's because it is so convoluted, the structure in Marvel Strike Force right now. If we go into the game, we have different campaigns. If we go to the campaign missions, we have our Vigilante Showcase energy to manage, our Starjammer Showcase energy to manage. And that stuff is on the left side of your campaign missions. If you want to manage the rest of your energy, you got to click through all these useless nodes here that it never was compacted into some easy to navigate system. Now we got to have more energies to manage now. Our campaign energy over here. We have our ISO 8 energy over here. We have our incursion energy over here. When I go to Raid Shadow Legends, there's pretty much one energy system that I have to manage, and that is a game that is almost as old as Marvel Strike Force. So this is just annoying to make sure this stuff doesn't top off, going all over the place. That's just our energies. We also have events that we have to manage as well. We have milestones, and we got pop-ups. There's pop-ups in all games, but we got milestones all over the place. We got milestones here. We got different things that we have to click, all this button clicking that we have to do. I wish there was just something where they could just claim all this stuff right away. I know that they did add like claim all buttons when you have different milestones, but in each tab, I wish they would just have that claim all button tab. We also have to manage things in events. Sometimes there's events here that we have to click on, and sometimes you can manage different energy systems from the normal campaign tab. Sometimes you have to go to this event tab. The Shadow King event going on right now, which is fine. This is actually a fun part. Fallen Dimension Omega is actually a little fun. Fallen Dimension is just some kind of rewards here, but this is the thing that's going on right now. Then we also have a brand new command center, which I thought was supposed to make it a lot easier, but now we have these other milestones to manage. It is just so convoluted, so much things all over the place. Oh, and then we got our daily objectives here that you got to claim. Then we got our raids, and then we have war all the way aside. This is just very, very messy as it stands right now. There's just a lot of way too much button clicking and not enough gameplay. But when we do get to the gameplay, there's a lot of mindless gameplay as well. Blitz is a mode that they're adding that overpower to, which has been a trash mode for a long time. I don't even care about these milestones right now, but we do have to blitz with Null if you want to get some red stars for Null. Battle World was supposed to be some fun PvE content, but that fell flat. Maybe when it's redone, when we get a new version of September, maybe it'll be a little better, but this is a boring auto fest right now. The most recent version of Battle World did get a lot harder, so that was was some engaging gameplay. However, a lot of that was locked behind pay content. If you didn't buy the Vigilantes, the node that they added here that was a lot more challenging was not completable. The raids, let's talk about the raids. That is pretty much the PvE content in Marvel Strike Force, but they spent a lot of time building these raids. They get boring after a while. Now, we did just get a new team, so doing these skill nodes with the new Vigilante team is pretty fun. However, again, it's content locked behind a paywall. If you didn't buy the Vigilantes, you don't have them yet, which means that this is still not a fun game mode, you know. So we have to play some of these manually, and I love playing these manually for about a week. After about a week, I don't want to play these manually, and then it's just more button clicking, getting through these, simming these, and then we get to the skill section. We have some fun with the Vigilantes, but after a while, that's going to be boring as well. So the raids, it is kind of the PvE content that we've had for a while, but it is very, very boring. And on top of that, the rewards aren't that great. Some of the season rewards, there are some Armory 19 is that. Armory 20 is the valuable pieces, but pretty much everything else here, not needed. Now, these X coins are good in the limited time shop here, but teal gear, I don't need that stuff. We have a lot of these Armory 19 orb fragments. I could use more of that stuff, but we got a lot of this, a lot of the Crimson gear fragments, a lot of raid credits, which is pretty useless. And then these Path is Silver Sable orb fragments. Those are pretty good because those are for the new characters, but these actual orbs aren't that great because there's a lot of useless trash in them. So there's a lot of clicking to open orbs that don't give a lot. There's a lot of clicking to do these raids that don't have great rewards. Blitz hardly has any rewards. Battle rewards are okay, but if your alliance is already beating Null, you're getting those Null shards, not a lot of huge incentives to push past that. And then Arena is kind of a fun game mode, but when we get a stale meta that, you know, once you figure out what the defensive meta is and how to beat that, Arena gets pretty stale. And there was a fun meta a while back when there was a bunch of defensive teams and you needed to use the correct offensive team. It was a little complicated, and I kind of like that because it wasn't the same cookie cutter approach. Right now, I go in with the same team and usually win. Sometimes there's some weird RNG that I don't win, but usually win with that team there. So that is where PvE is right now. Not a lot to do unless you're buying the most recent team, and that brings us to this part right here. Fallen Dimension. It is a big, boring auto fest. There's not much to do. It's not highly engaging play for longtime players. For new players, it may be highly engaging if it is challenging, but for most players that have been playing for a while, it's pretty boring. And this Fallen Dimension Omega, this is actually pretty fun. Unfortunately, like a lot of the content that we were talking about, it's paywall. It's paywall content. Unless you bought the Vigilantes or got very, very lucky with those orbs, they're not able to even compete or even play this engaging content. You have to wait. So a lot of the stuff is really auto fest right now, or you have to pay to play it, which is very different than what RJ said in his meeting, the Strike Time episode with Pathfinder. Maybe down the road, we'll get that roguelike game mode, which I thought would be here already, honestly. But maybe down the road, we'll get that and we'll have some good PvP or PvE content. But again, unless there's some good rewards that I want to chase, it was very fun. I did say this would be fun to stream even without rewards. But as far as just doing this on my phone, playing it on my phone on a daily basis, I do need some good rewards for that. So hopefully we get some good rewards for that. But let's move on to the PvP content, because this is where Overpowered has kind of ruined it for a lot of players. War, I think this is where the Overpowered has affected a lot. So if you enjoyed War, let me know in the comments. Has Overpowered affected you? Has it not affected you? For myself, my alliance and I, we just pretty much run our attacks and hit auto, do our 10 attacks. So win or lose, personally, I don't really care. War's not a game mode that I enjoy. I do like some of the battles, and you know, some of the fights, some of the counters are pretty fun, but I don't like having to wait around for the perfect attack. The timing of this is not fun for me. But let me know what Overpowered has done for you, because like I said, it hasn't really affected myself, hasn't really affected my alliance, but this is not a game mode that I enjoyed. What I did enjoy was Cosmic Crucible. And for me, that's not as fun, not just because of overpowered. For myself, it's mainly because of the move to the weekend. I did like to play Cosmic Crucible on the weekdays because I enjoy engaging with the community. I enjoy finding the perfect counters, looking up counters, and trying to min-max the attacks. And I still do that on Mondays, but on my Saturday attacks, my Sunday attacks, it's just not as fun for me to just do that on my phone and look up the counters and look up, oh, is this a good, will this work? Am I overpowered enough, or is my enemy more overpowered than me and I can't really win that fight? I don't mind looking up that stuff on the weekdays while I'm streaming. I don't like doing that on my phone, just looking that up, switching back between counter sheets and between the game. It's a little too much work for some engaging gameplay, but let's talk about the rewards itself, the season rewards, the ranking rewards. Yeah, they are coming out with these new shops and these new legacy currency, but right now there's not a lot to buy in the Crucible store, not a lot to buy with these elite credits, these dark diamond credits. I'm really kind of hesitant to spend these right now because I don't know what they're gonna do as far as the rewards for Old Man Logan or Shadow King. What they did with the Super Skrull was they just gave out stars or diamonds for him, and the conversion of that, everybody that put the stuff on there was kind of screwed. So that, for me, that made all these conversions, all these credits, these diamond credits and everything, the promotion credits, a lot less interesting. As far as war, we do get some good season rewards, but because there's not a huge spread between winning and losing, not a lot of incentives to win wars at this point. So yeah, a lot of button clicking, not enough gameplay. I want to just log in and play the game, not have to manage all these different red dots in the game. Hopefully this command center will fix a lot of stuff, and then everything is accessed from one point, and we could just access all these rewards with one button instead of having to click through a lot of the stuff. We need more PvE gameplay, engaging PvE gameplay, not just the raids that seem fun for a little while and then are boring for about a year. We need stuff like that roguelike game mode that's gonna be interesting with some interesting rewards as well. And then some PvP content, something that the Krakens can still get their big advantage of if they spend money, but not something that's gonna be having that bad feeling from the community like overpowered, because I think perception is reality, and the perception of overpowered right now is really, really bad. Like I said, I don't think it's cost too much wards for me. And going back to Cosmic Crucible, I don't know if it's really affected my Cosmic Crucible wins and losses. I think we would have won and lost based on the teams that we chose anyway, but I don't know. That is my experience with it, but there are some problems with Marvel Strike Force. These are fixable problems, and like I said, these came to light, at least for me, because I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends for so long. Not a lot of energy systems to manage, events that make sense, events with rewards that I want to push for. And I just like logging in and getting progressing my account a little bit by a little bit. Marvel Strike Force, I get a lot of useless things, and once in a while I get some gear tier 20 pieces, once in a while I get some gold and training mats, but for the most part, most of the stuff I get in Marvel Strike Force is pretty useless. Hopefully get some value from this video, and hopefully the devs are watching, hopefully it inspires them to make some changes. Let me know down in the comments what is the biggest change that you want to see come to Marvel Strike Force, and if you did get some value from this video, leave it a like. Check me out on social media. Check out my second channel if you want to check out a different game about Raid Shadow Legends. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk Fist Bump ValleyFlyin out. Have a great one, guys.